So feminist political ecology has helped me understand the co-constitution and relationality of all the components of life. And the FPE has also informed me somehow how agency moves in the material, cultural, and corporeal spheres of our life through contestations and also negotiations. And in this regard, I would say FPE pays a lot of attention on the different knowledges and imaginaries that arise from these resistances. And this is what we actually call the politics of the everyday life. It highlights invisibilized struggles and obscure knowledges that are often inhabited, perceived, and lived by minorities or subalterns. Why we need to pursue an epistemic justice based on an ethics of care. And this is actually the greatest challenge of FPE. Like, doing things differently means to start making visible what has been silenced. It actually makes a bet to use other methodologies based on ethics of care, and also bringing the collective production of knowledge and intersectional methodologies that allows us to do things otherwise and to bring voices that are usually not recognized. So what we are doing is a sort of research and from below.
Before FPE, my perceptions of injustice was quite skewed and was informed by a binary way of thinking, which did not consider how historical events like colonialism shape perceptions of communities and societies today. For example, before engaging with FPE, my thoughts of pastoralism was pretty much that of the mainstream academia or policy, where they are portrayed as responsible for environmental degradation. But now I am able to appreciate the pastoralist knowledges, their livelihoods and culture as legitimate without othering them. So before going for fieldwork, my initial thoughts were that of what Nancy Fraser calls the tourist feminist, who goes to a place with the intent of changing or improving women's lives according to their own ways of situations. But I later shifted that into being more interested in learning from the pastoralist. So I no longer see myself as the fixer or as the expert, but as a learner trying to understand the challenges that the pastoralist women face and the solutions that they are coming up with to solve some of the problems. And in that way, then I'm able to acknowledge their agency in designing solutions to their problems, and also learn of ways that I can be in solidarity with them and how I can be able to help them.
Today, I would like to talk about a very inspiring woman who I met in the village where I conducted fieldwork. Her name is Anjali. She is about 65 years old. And through her narratives, through her stories, I could really feel or learn so much about processes of agrarian change, how water availability changed throughout her life. And for instance, she was telling me about the village well, which is called Sakarbai. In local language, in Marathi, it means sugar lady. And she was talking about this well like a real person. She was telling me how the water of this well changed. It used to be very pure and sweet, but then the government of Maharashtra implemented this wastewater reuse scheme. But of course, the availability of this wastewater in the village jeopardized the entire waterscape and contaminated existing water. Meeting Anjali and developing this relationship with her was a way to practice feminist political ecology and to conduct research from a feminist political ecology perspective.
I think FPE bringing together in a messy, complex, but such an interesting way, all these three disciplines or points of interest, it is powerful in being able to give voice to so many different people and their experiences regarding not just water, but so many other materials. But also seeing how so many materials affect other materials and humans. So the whole concept of the human and the more than human, how different human groups conceptualize and experience and describe the local realities around them and fight for those local realities, or have to reimagine past realities and create a political project to create new ones. What's fun and messy and frightening also about FPE is the multiple projects that we can embark on, but by working with and listening to so many different people.
What feminist political ecology try to explore about how the different intersection between human and more than humans. It's really you feel it, and what changed me is to understand myself and the way how I see the world by doing networking and also work collaboratively, but also put what I'm doing now as a life project.
So a memory from my fieldwork that I will always keep with me, and that also changed my vision of some things in life, happened in Barcelona. Back then, I was in a squad in a community. So what they basically do is to offer commodities in a decommodified way to other people. So neighbors come and gather there together to work in the community garden, or to give whatever labor force in exchange to other stuff, no? And they were like, okay. You are not the first coming here that's trying to explore our way of living. So if you want to get to know us, you would need to contribute also with your labor force. And I had to help constructing a wall. It took us probably like 4 hours, but afterwards we had a super huge fest with paella and other food. It was a completely different experience from the conventional way of relating in a communitarian way.